How's it going, my RWBY friends? Maria Calavera is freaking lit. She is a huntress after all. Young Maria Calavera. Rooster Teeth released a clip yesterday of a scene from Volume 6, Chapter 7. A little sneak peek, and it shows young Maria Calavera versus a giant Nevermore. It's freaking awesome, and I'll show you guys that clip right now. We'll watch it together. I'm going to pause it like in between because it might be copyright claimed. I don't know. Just to be careful, even though this is on, like, Rooster Teeth made this available on YouTube, so it's not like I'd get a strike, but you can never be too careful with this stuff. But let's start the thing. Okay, so got a bridge, pretty ominous looking. I'm gonna skip forward. Maria Calavera, here she is. Her outfit is freaking, her appearance, her design, let me put it that way, is just freaking awesome. She's got like this Grimm Reaper looking design, and that's actually the nickname that she had. So here she is. You can see she's got the skull theme going on, dude. Look at the hood in the back. It's freaking like pointy. In the description, it even says this is like Maria Calavera when she's young, and she had a nickname, the Grimm Reaper, Grimm, like Grimm. Anyways, she's crossing this bridge alone, so she's not on a team, which is interesting. And she pulls out a comma. It looks like a comma, and she's got two of them. Watch this, dude. It's so lit. So this huge Nevermore appears, rolls up on her. Like, that's probably the biggest Nevermore I've seen in the entire show, honestly. And you can see she's got two of these freaking comma. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Comma are like those little sickle kind of weapons. The sickle was originally a farming tool. I think a comma, I don't remember if it was for farming or not. Someone's going to obviously Google this and correct me in the comments because that's, you know, that's what people do. They Google things and correct people. And I don't really care about Googling right now, so it's all good. Someone will, like I said, comment that anyway. So she uses these two comma, and they have gravity dust in them, so you'll see her use them in like sick ways here. She throws one, boom, embeds in the Nevermore, activates the gravity dust, and that ends up pulling the Nevermore down and pulling her up. This reminded me very much of the fan-made trailer for the Team Silver thing. I'll show you guys that at the end of this. Like, I'm pretty sure they took inspiration from that because this is like almost identical to that trailer, which I'll show you in a second. Either way, it's awesome though. The music's lit. Spins around like Crow RWBY style. It's really Crow style, and he taught RWBY. Dude, she's freaking wrecking this Nevermore. And this is unfortunately where the video ends, though. And like I said, I keep pausing it because I don't want to risk copyright. Throws the freaking thing at the wall, makes it crash, and it falls down. And boom, that's the end. That's the end of the trailer, guys. So that's freaking insane. We're going to go back and rewatch that again and just like talk about it. But first, I want to show you this fan-made thing. Hold up a second. Let me resize that. Give me 1 second, guys. Freaking OBS is really annoying sometimes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it reminded me of this. Like, watch this real quick. So this chick's semblance is like glyphs that can bind, and it pulls them together. So this was like, that was very similar to what happened in the Maria trailer. Like, she made that like enemy go down faster to her, and she made her descent slow down because it pulled her up to that. We'll fast forward to another scene here when she uses her semblance. Again, her semblance creates these glyphs, and it brings them together. So she can use it in very creative ways, like you'll see right about here. Oh, this part's sick, actually. Hold up. Freaking uses her feet to throw, shoot the crossbow or whatever it is. Freaking carbine, whatever, composite, I don't even know. Where's the part of the glyph though? Hold up. Oh, right here. So she uses the glyphs on her hands, and then like watch, she freaking. I'm actually getting a phone call. Give me 1 second, guys. I just had to mute that really quick. So yeah, boom, 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 boom. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's actually a really important phone call just came in. I gotta answer that. So let me wrap this video up in just a minute, guys. We're gonna go back to the Maria Calavera part. I'll link the Maria Calavera trailer and this fan-made trailer in the description if you want to see more of this. The guy who like made this fan-made trailer is very, very impressive animator, and he did this all by himself. His name is Mark. If you look up RWBY fan-made Mark on YouTube, you'll find it along with his other trailers, but I'll link it in the description anyways. And then back to the Maria Calavera one. All right, let me just close the fan-made one. And so you can definitely see why I say it kind of reminds me of that. Like, this is pretty similar. Like, that's actually awesome that they took inspiration from it. So we know that Maria Calavera was a really beast of a fighter. What can we take from that? We can assume that she, you know... So the one theory with the silver eyes is that if you overuse them, you go blind. But like I said in my review for last chapter, if Maria is a very skilled huntress, she probably shouldn't need to use her silver eyes like super much because she would just be good at beating Grimm without her silver eyes. So we didn't know if she was even a huntress or not, but I was just making that point. If she happens to be a very good huntress, and she does, then she probably shouldn't have to overuse her Silver Eyes, unless she seriously just takes on Horde of Grimm by herself. Like, that's pretty insane. Like, she is traveling alone. Maybe she has a team with her somewhere. Maybe they're ahead of her, or maybe she's meeting up with them. We don't really know, but she's definitely traveling alone now. And based off how much of a beast she is, I wouldn't be surprised if she fights alone. It makes me wonder, though. Yeah, if the academies were formed about 80 years ago, that means Maria might be one of the OG huntresses. Like, she might be one of the first, maybe not first, but like one of the close to first huntresses that actually like graduated an academy that Austin set up. So that's freaking awesome. We don't know what her semblance is still, though. You can see this looks just like her cane, except different, right? So that's freaking awesome as well. And her design is just on point. Definitely curious to see more. Oh, look, there's actually a little switch you can see on the handle. So that's how she turns the gravity effects on or not. So she really only uses gravity with them. At least it seems like there's no other dust combinations with that. So that's pretty sick. I'm trying to get to the scene with the switch again. Like, I just had it up here. Where'd it go, guys? Little switch on the handle. Let me see. It's got to be like right about here, because this is when she throws it. So she yeah, there we go. There we go. She flips that switch. It turns on the gravity dust. And then boom, throws it. That's so sick. Like, I'm surprised she hasn't lost these before. I'm trying to think how that would like actually work, right? Like, if you had, even if the gravity dust was on and you threw it really far, like, it doesn't necessarily mean it would come back to you, right? It depends on like this should technically make the Grimm. I guess the gravity dust is like, because this is like anti-gravity right here for a second. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't this? Actually, no, it makes sense, because gravity dust in this show has always kind of been like anti-gravity dust. Now I think about it, like for example, when Weiss makes those gravity glyphs, like holds people in place. So I guess it raises the gravity. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't lower it, because if you lower it, then you're gonna like float away. It like increases the gravity, so it pulls that. But then this one, I don't know. You guys know what I mean? Because this one pulls it down, so it must have increased the weight of the gravity. But then this one pulled her up. So, like, what the heck? Like, so this one lowered her gravity and allowed her to float up, and the other one increased the gravity, the weight of the gravity. You know what I mean? Like, how does she control that part? That part's kind of confusing to me. Like, how does she literally? How is it pulling her up like that? Any theories on that, guys? Is that just the way gravity does? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe in her mind, she's like, I want this one to like lower the gravity, and I want this one to increase the gravity, the weight of the gravity, and all that. Okay, I gotta definitely get to that call in a second, but I'm trying to think. I definitely lost my train of thought, guys. I apologize about that. Like I said, since some important calls coming through, and oh man, I'm so hyped to talk about this trailer though. I feel like I'm definitely gonna like miss some things I want to talk about because I'm so distracted right now. Let's just go back to the beginning here. So we talked about her Silver Eyes, just to help me recap. We talked about her Silver Eyes. We talked about the weapons. We talked about the fan-made trailer. It's cool that she's wearing this skull. That's kind of like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the White Fang mask a little bit, but not really. It's like not a Grimm mask. It's a straight up skull. So that's pretty brutal. And she's still got the skull themes, like a skull necklace, skull mask, like skulls on the kami. Very, very awesome indeed. I'm curious though, yeah. Curious if she works alone or not. Curious how she lost her eyes. It's cool that she ended up being a really sick fighter. On top of having silver eyes. And I was surprised by her weapons too. Like I always said, Summer Rose probably used battle axes. And this is not like a battle axe, but it's definitely, you know, it's kind of a, I don't know, it makes me think that Summer Rose is even more likely to have a battle axe. Because Ruby's got like scythes. She's got like kami. A battle axe would be like, you know, the next thing that's like chop, like kind of brutal. Like, I don't know. I could totally see it. There's a lot of reasons why I think Summer's weapon's a battle axe though. A lot of reasons. But I don't want to go into all that in this video. This is about Maria Calavera. And I'll probably end this right about here, guys, because I am definitely have lost my train of thought. Overall, her design's sick though, and I'm very curious to see like where they take this. It's interesting that they released a clip like this to hype us up for the next chapter. I don't think they've really done that. Have they done that before? Like besides RWBY Rewind previews? Don't think so. It's literally called RWBY Volume 6 Chapter 7 clip. It's like an unlisted video. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can see that as well. And the description in that video, like I said, it literally says well, actually this one doesn't have anything in it, but the description to this other link says fans of animated fantasy show RWBY can look forward to plenty of monsters mayhem in the web series' new episode, which premieres December 8th on Rooster Teeth. In a just-released exclusive clip, the character Maria is seen fighting a Nevermore Grimm, a flashback to Maria's past, and an explanation of why she used to go by the different name, the Grimm Reaper. Okay, so this is probably just a small flashback. I mean, if we're going to get an explanation of why she went by the name Grimm Reaper, like, we can already assume it's because she freaking very good at fighting Grimm, like, just naturally talented at it. Plus she has silver eyes, plus whatever her semblance is. And the most obvious theory is that her semblance allows her to communicate with the dead in some sort of way, or manifest them, something to do with spirits or deceased people. That just fits her motifs. It's very obvious, you know. But who knows what route they'll take for her semblance. So already she's got silver eyes, beast fighter, awesome weapons, awesome design, and then her semblance, whatever that may be. So we'll see. And this definitely makes sense with what she said when they arrived at the ranch, or actually when they left the ranch. She's like, you know, the younger me would have caught wind of all this much sooner. She's like, I really am not what I used to be. So because of that, I assume that she was a huntress, but I also did want to make the point clear that we really didn't know. And if she was a huntress, that does take a little bit less weight from the silver eye theory, in my opinion, about them going blind from using it too much. Now that said, that's probably the most likely theory out there. But when she's this good at fighting, you know, she doesn't need to rely on her silver eyes, but she might not have known she'd go blind from using them either. Like, that's kind of, I don't know, unless you use them and your vision is noticeably differentiating a lot, you know, you probably don't really notice until you're starting to already go blind from using it too much. But that's just a theory. Who knows if that's really how the silver eyes work. Point is, she did go blind some way, which we'll probably find out in this flashback. And if we don't, it'll definitely be something to theorize on even more so. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I gotta get to those calls and whatnot. Sorry if I was rambly. Sorry if I was distracted. Not gonna lie, it distracted me greatly. It's important stuff I gotta get to. So hope you enjoyed this video. Regardless, though, again, links in the description. If you guys enjoyed this content and want to sponsor the channel, consider a one-time donation through Streamlabs, link below, or sponsoring the content on Patreon, link below there as well. Much appreciated, guys. I'll catch you next time.